Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here. Welcome to another TV log, and today we're going to be talking about Hazbin Hotel Season 2. This is the second season of the hit animated show created by Vivian Medrano and picks up right where Season 1 left off. As Charlie Morningstar is trying to convince people that redemption is real and that her hotel works, Vox is trying to manipulate the narrative so he can raise an army of sinners to take over both heaven and hell. I was very pleasantly surprised by Season 1 of Hazbin. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it was a very solid start. I liked the premise, I liked the characters, I thought the soundtrack was pretty great, I thought it was funny while still very heartfelt. The story had some rough pacing, but it was still very interesting. And I was very curious to see what they were going to do with Season 2. And I'm happy to say that most of the problems I had with Season 1 are fixed here. There are still a few left over, which I'll get into, but as a whole, I thought Season 2 was a major improvement over Season 1. One of the biggest improvements for me was the story. The season is once again only 8 episodes, but it's paced so much better this time around. There isn't as much bouncing around, everything feels so much better balanced, and they do a good job building on what was established in Season 1. As you've probably seen from the trailers, the V's take center stage as the villains of the season after only showing up for a few songs and then dipping until the finale. But here, they're fully fleshed out and they are so much fun to watch. They're hilarious together, seeing their personalities clash as the season goes on is great, and Vox proves to be a hell of a great central antagonist. Adam was a fun villain and worked for what was required, but he was mainly just an annoying dick, whereas Vox is a legitimately interesting and layered villain who poses a genuine threat because of the influence he has and the power and public sentiment he acquires. He is such a power-hungry bastard, but he's also so much fun to watch, and the scenes between him and Alistair are so great. The story generally does a good job at setting up its major conflict and establishing a sense of stakes, but it does kind of flounder a few of the payoffs. It's not like everything comfortably returns to the status quo in the finale, and the characters are left in some interesting and tragic positions, but there are some things that feel like they should have had bigger consequences, and they didn't really. Like, for example, Lute getting her revenge on what happened to Adam. I thought that would result in something bigger than it ultimately did. I know they're probably saving it for a later season, but considering she had one of the best songs this season, and it felt like there was so much weight behind it, I was expecting it to have a bigger payoff than it ultimately did. While I'm bringing up some of the negatives, there were some problems I had with some of the writing this season, namely Charlie and her obsession with the hotel's reputation. I get that part of her arc this season was learning to chill out and listen to her friends and her girlfriend, and I could have given her a pass for how she was behaving in the first 2 episodes, but it was really frustrating watching her make the same mistakes 6 episodes in a row, and not in a good way. Again, I know they do this on purpose, and I know part of her character is she's supposed to be really emotional and erratic, but she's also supposed to be smart and understanding. But alright, I'll shut up about the negatives now, because the rest of the season I actually really liked. I thought they did a really good job with the character relationships. I like them showing the parallels between Charlie and Vaggie and Vox and Valentino. The fact that the V's are so humanized that you kind of feel bad for them in parts, even though they're all terrible people, was really surprising. Husker Dust fans, you will be very well fed this season, but it also feels natural and very well handled. It doesn't seem like they're just doing this for shipping fodder. Husk and Angel do share a legitimate connection, and they're both in pretty shit situations. They both try to help each other while acting like they don't care, and they share some genuinely sweet moments this season. The season also offers a lot of lore and backstory that fans will probably be excited to see, namely the connection and rivalry between Alistair and Vox. They both had similar aspirations of power and control, they both died in fairly anticlimactic ways, and you really understand why Vox has been pining for Alistair's approval all this time, and it's interesting to see. The show also looks so much better. The animation this season is stellar. It's so much smoother, there's more attention to detail, there are some really great looking shots, and you can tell they had extra time to polish these episodes and make them look good. There are also more songs this season, and like last time, they're all pretty damn good. They're all well composed, well written, and well performed. I like how they balance out some of the more Broadway style tracks with some more modern sounds. I will admit there aren't as many songs that stand on their own outside of context, but the ones that hit really fucking hit. And in case you're curious, since I did this last time, I did a little tier list of how I ranked all the songs this season, so feel free to pause the video and check it out and grill me in the comments for all the ones that you like more than I did. But overall, I feel like they ironed out a lot of the kinks from season 1 and delivered one hell of a great season. There were still definitely some issues with the writing and some of the payoffs, but as a whole, I thought the story was tighter and more interesting, the characters felt more fleshed out, the animation was more smooth, the songs were all great, the voice acting was stellar, there were a lot of funny moments, but also a lot of tense and sad moments. There was just so much to love about this season, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next. Going to my ranking, I'd have to give Season 2 of Hazbin Hotel a 4 out of 5. And that does it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments, have you seen all of Season 2 of Hazbin Hotel? What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? How does it stack up in comparison to Season 1? And what are you looking forward to seeing next from this show? Let me know all that stuff down below. I've got more videos coming real soon, but until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on my social medias, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later.
To shine brighter, brighter than the heavens in the skies above.